Hello guys, this is the SWTOR guy here and welcome back to another pronunciation practice. Yesterday I was really failed when I was talking about the changes and stuff like that, so it's time to talk about a little bit more about the uprisings and what's going on the 5.1. So the 5.1 patch notes, yeah, I need to learn. Uh, I'm gonna write some stuff and let's get into it. So, the new chapter difficulty master earn new achievements with the new way of the experience of Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne chapters. New uprisings. Jump into the action with 5 new uprisings across the galaxy. So let's read all of these, what is going to be all about. Trench Runner. Republic loyalist under the command of General Amos, hopefully I pronounced that right. Amos Reich have been displaced. Alliance forces. Finally, I need to practice. Forces on the Novans seized control of the beryllium mines. Efforts to reclaim the mines have been thwarted by Republic artillery bombarding in the no man's land between the Alliance beachhead and the central processing facility. But where an army fails, a small team could succeed in navigating the battlefield trenches and taking out the Republic defenses. As I said, just I read the first pretty much sentences and I failed. That's why I need to learn. Otherwise you gotta trench me in the comments how many stuffs I'm saying wrong. So let's go into it anyway. Destroyer of Worlds, Jedi Master Adelede. It's almost like Adele, but Adelede. I'm gonna call him Adele. I think it's her. Is trying to awaken a dangerous abomination that has hibernated beneath the surface of Macav for millennia. No records exist this monstrosity known only as Getul. But if the creature wakes, it may be strong enough to destabilize Macab's core and or obliterate the planet. Infiltrate the underground tunnels, secure the explosives, and deliver the payload to Gethul's lair. Only then you can destroy the monstrosity and save Macab from Adele's denigrated plan. Okay. Divided we fall. Rogue Coruscant security agents are plotting a false flag operation. They intend to attack the Senate Tower and plant false evidence in the hopes of including the Republic to war against the Alliance. Intel has traced the mastermind behind the plan, Commander Cullen, a former Republic veteran, to a hidden base inside the works on Coruscant's lower level. Okay, inside the works. It's been a while since I was there. Landing party, almost boarding party. Deserters from the Zakulian military were tracked to Rakata Prime. Under the leadership of the former battalion commander Tassar, they are building a new and improved SAR fortress. Infiltrate their surface gap and eliminate Commander Tassar before her operations threaten galaxy security. Okay, and this is what I'm hoping. This is gonna be, hopefully, is gonna be really good. The trial and error. Working from the hidden space station lab, a rogue group of Republic scientists led by Dr. Alira Shemez has developed an experimental adrenal. The adrenal, code name RS-33, ridiculously augment a subject's strength and agility at the expense of mental faculties. Left unlocked, Dr. Samhels and her colleagues could mass-produce RS-33 and create an army of unstoppable abominations to wreak havoc across the galaxy. Well, so you probably cannot turn into a Ragu, but maybe you can have these adrenals or these adrenals, yeah. these RS-33s, which you can probably use, and you can be really, really strong at one point, or just for a couple of seconds or stuff like that. That will be pretty good as well. So, Galactic Command Gearing updates. So let's see. New items. We learned about this yesterday, so don't really much want to read all of this. Playing any war zones will learn components. Players can turn on assemble components into PvP vendor. Additionally, there is a new vendor that sell command experience boost items from command token. Okay, so let's see the general stuff. Companions are no longer all available if you start a Knights of the Eternal Throne chapter, while particularly through Knights of the Fallen Empire. Finally, that was been a really long one. Dark versus Light meta achievements have been granted to players who earned them. Fixed a conversation on terrace that reference a bonus mission that is no longer available. Finally, that was a thing. The bonus mission was, I think it was available to kill like Mandalorians and stuff like that, but there is no longer available. It is no longer possible to summon multiple cave stone rays during the mission Reclaim Treasure. Okay. The Miralian social ability focusing rituals channel time is no longer affected by alacrity. Okay. All achievement that require the Poly Java is now be able to complete with the Celebration Java. Okay. Defeating all of the Dark vs. Night world bosses will grant the expected achievements. Okay. The limit of Alliance statues has been increased to 50. Okay. That's good. Major Pierce now uses the correct health and level on Drummond Cause. Okay. The Alliance Alert Little Boss no longer has the incorrect contact listed. T7 customization will now appear. Changing instances no longer cause companions to lose class buff. That was a thing as well. I actually didn't see like 80% of these. Cartel Market. Cartel Market item stash has been increased to 500 slots. Okay. The Icus Firestarter can now be unlocked legacy, right? Okay. Combat. Let's see what the combat changes. Resolved an issue that causing certain characters created prior to 5.0 to receive additional changes of breaching shadow / static charge in some cases. Companions no longer use shield abilities outside of combat. That was a thing as well. I didn't know that. Adjusted the size of the effect of Vengeful Slam, Oil Slick, Sweeping Slash, Sweeping Gunfire, Plasma Probe. So what? Better match the abilities areas. So they gonna size. What does that mean? It's gonna be bigger, smaller. They just adjusted the size of the effect. Wow. Okay. Curative Agent and Slice Render no longer provide more healing. Okay. Eternity Vault and Karaga's Palace will now the same command experience item that other operations provide. Okay. Bolster is now properly applied to enemies in the Colloquial War game. Okay, that's a small thing. Okay. Items and economy. The exact target of Offhand Blaster MK2 can now be sold in a vendor. All items that existed prior to 5.0 Valor restrictions have had their Valor requirements removed. New items were created with Valor ranks and placed on the PvP vendors, and the previous items are no longer available. What? All the items existed to the 5.0 Valor restrictions have their Valor requirements removed, and new items were created with the Valor ranks and placed on the PvP vendors. So all of the previous items which you had on this vendor is gonna be removed. That is interesting. Well, we'll see if I'm right or not, but to be perfectly honest, that's a big deal, because those items are gonna be rare, I think, because you can sell those. Missions and NPC. Players who use the holo communication to recruit Shay Wisda to the Alliance can now also complete her Alliance alert. That was no Alliance alert from her, but okay. The end credit of Knights of the Fallen Empire no longer overtap with the translation into opening cinematic of Knights of the Eternal Throne. That was a thing as well. That never happened. The Galactic Command planetary missions now properly grants a bonus when highlighted. Okay. The Regulator Wreckage bonus mission have been removed. What is that? Regulator wreckage bonus mission. Okay. It is no longer possible to use shield integrity and anti-personnel rocket ammo items repeatedly during Chapter 16 Battle of Edessen. Shame. Lord Enriel no longer jump into his own death, cultivating his encounter in the Fractured Uprising. Yeah, that was a thing. I heard that. That was like an exploit and stuff like that on Veteran. The mission daily area of dead now scales the player level as intended. Updated the companions available from the companion unlock terminal to include Zoom and Master Renus. So basically you can get Master Renus and Zoom. Okay. Fixed an issue that caused Vat and Torian to unavailable from the companion unlock terminal under certain conditions. Miscellaneous. Fixed a number of cinematic issues. Fixed a number of typos, emissions, subtitles, and other text sources. Well, that was it. Pretty much that is not a big deal, if you ask me. This 5.1 patch is not going to be a big deal. I mean, the only big deal, I think this vendor thing is surprised. Like, I didn't know that. And if they can remove all of the items, or the previous items are no longer available, so if they're saying like previous items in the PvP vendor, that's like PvP gear or stuffs like that, if that's gonna be removed, then it's fine. But if they gonna remove like the weapons and everything, which is like that vendor, then it's gonna be really, really bad, because it's gonna be rare at some point, but it's like 2 years or 3 years until it's gonna go rare. So classes, combat, pretty much nothing happens. There is a lot of fixes, don't get me wrong, but the main thing is the Galactic Command gearing updates and the